Hello there kids, today you're going to learn how to solve for the area of a triangle. Okay, pero before that, what you need to learn first muna dito is, of course, review muna tayo on how to solve for the area of a rectangle muna tayo. Okay, how to solve for the area of a rectangle. You already learned this before, that solving for the area of a rectangle is equivalent to length times width lang, no? So for example, if we have a rectangle over here with length equivalent to, let's say, 8 centimeters and width equivalent to 4 centimeters, using the formula given, area of a rectangle is equivalent to length times width. Your length is equivalent to 8. This is your length, by the way, in case you have forgotten about it. Your length is equivalent to 8 centimeters multiplied to your width, which is 4 centimeters. Knowing your multiplication table, 8 times 4 is equivalent to 32 centimeter squared. Y squared, I already explained this before. Centimeter multiplied to centimeter is equivalent to centimeter squared. Okay? Basic law of exponents yan when you are going to learn about algebra soon. Okay? So, again, babalik lang tayo. This is how you basically solve for area of a rectangle. Now, if you notice, no, kung mapapansin nyo to ngayon, what if you're going to take this part, ito ganito. What do you notice now? Anong nanonotice nyo dyan? Taking half of the rectangle, no, ni-split natin siya in half. We were able to split it in half at some point. Splitting it in half, which basically now forms a triangle. But in this case nga, dalawa yung triangle natin. So which means, if you're going to split it in half, you'll be able to take the area of one triangle. So in other words, just imagine if you're going to take this 32 centimeters squared and divide it into 2, or take it, basically, inahati natin siya. It is now equivalent to the area of the triangle, of one triangle. Diba? 16 centimeters squared. So parang dinidivide lang natin by 2 ang area of the rectangle. Yung proper term kasi, how to solve for the area of a triangle, we have certain terms here that it is equivalent to base. Yung original formula is 1/2 multiplied to the base and multiplied to the height of the triangle. Okay? Height of the triangle. Paano nga ba tayo nag-identify ng base and height of a triangle? Depende yan. But going back muna dito sa formula, to somehow making this easier, 1/2 times base times height is actually just the same as equivalent to base times height divided by 2. Or in simple writing, that's b times h over 2. Meaning, yung area, solving for the area of a triangle, that's equivalent to base times height over 2. Okay? Yan ang formula. Solving for the area of a triangle. Now, basic parts of a triangle. If we have a triangle over here, if it is formed this way, you can always take the bottom part as your base. That's why nga, di ba? Kasi base kasi usually sa the bottom part. Okay, then again, it still depends on the situation that we are in. Kasi nga, for example, basement parking. Look at KCC, yung basement parking nila nasa baba. It's the base of the building itself. So parang same lang din dito. Ngayon, how will you be able to find out kung which one is the height of the triangle? The height of the triangle is from this point going all the way down to the base. Okay, which means this is not your height, this is also not your height. Okay, yung height ng triangle is at this point, going all the way down. That's your height. So whatever your value here is, it is your height as well. Some triangles can be drawn this way. Depende na kasi yan eh. Okay? And you can actually draw yung mga parang may tracing line. This actually shows or indicates that that is the height of the triangle. This is your height. This is not your height. This is not your height. And if this line is your height, it only means that this part here is your base. Okay? That is your base. Again, yung mga sides dyan ha, hindi yan siya, these are not your, this is not your height. Just to let you know. Some triangles can also be drawn this way, in which pinapakita dito at some point showing you your height as well. So in this case, your base should only be from this point. Yung part ng triangle lang ha, yung tracing line is not included, should not be included. And this is your base. This is none of any of the what is asked, no? Hindi siya yung height, hindi din siya yung base. Okay, so it depends on the drawing that is given. Again, solving for the area of a triangle is equivalent to base times height over 2. So for example, application na tayo. You have a triangle that looks like this. Identifying, kasi kailangan nyo talaga i-identify yung base and height muna before you'll be able to solve for the area. Okay? Kasi if you don't know your height, you don't know your base, you won't be able to solve for the area of the triangle. So for example, in this case, I'll put random numbers. Let's say this is equivalent to 12. This is equivalent to, let's say, roughly around 14. And this is 11. And the one inside is, let's say it's around 11 as well. Okay, cm tayo ha, centimeters. Okay, identifying your base and height. Obviously, meron tayong tracing line, which means this now indicates your height. That's 11 centimeters. And perpendicular to that, perpendicular refers to forming a right angle, is your base, which means your base here is 12 centimeters. Now, solving for the area, ano yung formula again? Area of the triangle is equivalent to base times height over 2. So, substituting the value for base, your base is equivalent to 12. Sa baba ko na lang sulatin para your base is 12. So, that's 12 centimeters multiplied to your height, which is 11 centimeters divided by 2. First things first, what's 11 times 12? That's equivalent to 132 centimeters squared. Again, bakit squared? Kasi we multiplied centimeter times centimeter. That's why we ended up with a centimeter squared. And that is the basic unit of an area, just to let you know. And from here, we have divided by 2. So, solve nyo lang. 132 divided by 2. 13 divided by 2 is 6. 12, 1, 2, 6 again. And no remainders tayo. So, our answer here is 66. The final answer is 66 centimeter squared. Okay, that's the area of the given triangle doon. So, another example tayo. Okay, your base, let's say, is equivalent to 3 centimeters and your height is roughly around 15 centimeters. Diretso na tayo. Again, very important for you to identify your base, your height, then you'll be able to solve for the area of that triangle. Okay. This dotted line or tracing line represents your height at some point, logically. That's 15, sorry. That's 15 centimeters. If you're going to interchange their values, wrong na yun. Okay? But your area will still be correct, but identifying the base and height will be already wrong. And your base here is equivalent to 3 centimeters. Again, solving for the area of a triangle is equivalent to base times height over 2. Substituting the value of your base, which is 3 centimeters, multiplied to your height, which is 15 centimeters, not your height, the height of the triangle, divided by 2. 3 centimeters times 15 centimeters is equivalent to 45 centimeter squared. Again, I already explained bakit nagiging squared. And then we now have divided by 2. What is 45 divided by 2? So you have 2, 4, 0, 5. You have 2 again. 2 times 2 is 4. You have 1. Remainder 1 tayo. You already learned how to divide with decimals, diba? So in this point, I don't want you to write the remainder. But you need to continue dividing this by adding a 0. And the moment you add a 0, you will have your decimal point there. Okay? Adding your first 0 will add up the decimal to your quotient or your answer. So that's a point there already. Bring down 0. So that's 10 divided by 2 is equivalent to 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 0 na tayo. So the final answer here is 22.5 centimeter squared. So that is how you solve for the area of a triangle.